One of the main things on YouTube you have to do is to stay relevant is continuously post. If you stop posting for like a long time, people will forget about you, you know?
Now I'm going to be telling you about this great new product. It's called the Tee Band, not the Tee Band, the Tee Band. Say it like that. Similar products like those magnetic bands claim they can help you to fake balance tests. But thanks to the Tee Band, not only does it help you to fake balance, but it gives you another fist.
Not so long ago, as a teenager from Waiakea High School in Hilo, Ryan Higa had a lot of fun producing videos and posting them online for his friends to see. He had no idea that this hobby would soon make him a YouTube sensation. In fact, until June of 2011, he held the distinction of being the most subscribed to person on YouTube, and he remains very close to the top. Ryan Higa is next on Long Story Short.
Long Story Short with Leslie Wilcox is Hawaii's first weekly television program produced and broadcast in high definition.
Aloha mai kako, I'm Leslie Wilcox. In this edition of Long Story Short, we're joined by a young man who is known worldwide for his YouTube videos. If you're of a certain age, you may not have heard of him. But if you're in your late teens or 20s, you most likely recognize him right away. His name is Ryan Higa, and at age 14, he discovered his family's camcorder. What he did next would set the stage for his future profession. He videotaped his family events and found he had a knack for making people laugh. At the time of this conversation in 2011, Ryan Higa turned 21 years old, and he's a YouTube sensation with nearly 1 billion views to his credit and a thriving media enterprise. How did you become a YouTube phenom?
The reason I started putting videos on YouTube, I actually did it before when I had a VHS camcorder, and I wanted to show my friends who I didn't want to have to physically bring it to them, so I put it online so they could watch it. And I didn't know like all these thousands of other people would watch it. So it was by accident, I guess you could say that.
You thought it was just like a delivery service to your friends?
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't want to have to physically burn because I'm very bad with technology. Like, you know, so I didn't even know how to burn like a DVD. So to do that, it was a lot of work for me. But once I discovered YouTube, I put it online, and they were just able to watch it.
Tell me about growing up in Hilo.
In Hilo, basically, that's one of the reasons why I started YouTube is because I mean, there was nothing to do. You know, we went to the movies, went to the mall. Actually, I guess we went to the mall because the movies are in the mall, so that's all there is to do. I'm not big on like surfing, so a lot of my other friends went like surfing and stuff, but you know, once I discovered how to use a camera, that was like my thing. I just
How did you
loved it.
discover how to use it? Did you get it for Christmas or something?
The first time I ever used a camera was the VHS camcorder was to film a family reunion.
And how old were you?
I must have been like 6th grade, so like 11 or 12. How old are you in 6th grade, like 11?
Yeah,
probably around 11,
12.
yeah. And like I was just filming everybody, and then I was really bored, so I started having fun with it. I would put it like on the table and make like I was an ant's point of view. And like that really like, I don't know, when we watched it back with the family, they were all laughing. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool to make people laugh with like videos. So from there, I just kept doing it. Originally, all those VHS videos with me and my neighborhood friends, we should just like make those just for my family, because we'd have like a Sunday dinner, you know, every Sunday a family dinner. And then I would show it at that.
What did the other kids make of you?
I think a lot of people thought I was just really weird, you know, because that's when YouTube wasn't even that relevant to people, and they were like, especially in I think I started like beginning of high school. They're like, oh, that's those, you know, I would go to like, I used to wrestle and do judo. I used to go to events and be like, hey, aren't you guys are those guys that do that, dress up like girls and do lip syncs, right? So it's kind of like, I think they thought we were a little weird, and then a couple years later, I think they got more used to it because YouTube started to get big. So.
And what about your parents? What are they like as parents?
They're great. They're always supportive. From the start, they always supported that. They're like, well, it's a little weird, but at least you're not doing drugs, you know? Like, at least, you know,
Did they ever tell you, watch what you do on that video?
My mom at first, she was very, she was like, especially when I put it on YouTube, because you get all these like hater comments and stuff. She was like, you need to be careful, because I would get comments like death threats and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
What do they want your death for? What set them off?
There's a lot of racist people, you know, people online, because it's to the world, you know, so you find how people really are, and they're hiding behind a computer, so they can say whatever they want, and that's where you see like people who just hate me for no reason, you know. But at the same time, you get people who love me for no reason too. So.
And from Hilo, as you were delivering these videos to your friends, you inadvertently gained a huge following over years?
I mean, the first time I noticed, I had put up like a bunch of videos, like lip sync videos. That's how I started. And
This is your buddies doing lip syncing,
well,
and you?
originally it was just me. And then, yeah, I got friends to do it with me. And then I posted all these lip sync videos. I left it alone for like months and I didn't even look at it. And I came back, I was like, why are my friends watching this like 5,000 times? You know, like there's like 5,000 views on every video. I was like, it's a little weird. And then I read through all the comments and they wanted more. So that's what really like, after that, I like continued to do it. You know, I just read the comments and followed what they wanted, yeah. So.
When you choose a subject for your YouTube videos, for example, one of my favorites is the awkward moment. And you know, it's the kind of thing everybody mentions, but nobody ever kind of puts in a group and gives examples and tells you why it's so awkward. And that's what you did. It's very, it goes to something that people think about but don't talk about as much.
Right.
Whoa. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna go this. I go this way.
Yeah. It's really.
Wow. I'll just keep walking.
It was great seeing you again. Take care.
See you.
I try to stay really honest with my viewers, and like, yeah, like you said, it's something people always think about, they just don't say, and I try to do that. I just want to put out content that people can relate to, you know, and everybody has awkward situations, so it's like, it was really easy to do.
What are some of your favorite topics? When you decide to make a video, what have been the ones you've really embraced the most?
I think a lot of them when I talk to the camera, and those are the ones that I'm really like, I feel strongly about something.
Right.
You know, like I did one on feminism, and I did one on like, yeah, like awkward situations and stuff like that, but and arrogant people. Like it's stuff that I feel really, I have an opinion about, and I just try to phrase that to the people.
And it's a rant.
Yeah, it becomes a rant, yeah.
And do you have it written down, or is it all in your head?
I try to write down points, but I don't have like a script or anything. But yeah, I write down points that I want to make, and like at the same time, it's tough because now that I have like a bigger following, it's you have to phrase things in a way that won't offend. Try not to offend too many people, you know. But at the same time, still be honest and like stick to your own opinion.
So you're always refining what you do based on what you sense the going traffic is.
Yeah. I mean, I read the comments all the time. I have multiple series. I have a series where I do parodies of movies, like the rants. I have like music videos, and whatever they're craving or whatever they want or whatever they miss, that's what I cater to them.
First, we open the fridge, grab the package, open the package. There's no bacon strips in here, no bacon strips in here, no f***ing bacon strips in here. Open the microwave, put it in, close the door. 2 minutes for ultimate thawing action. It's about to get epic up in here, epic up in here, epic up here. Open the door like a boss, step down like a boss. Take a gander at the world like a boss, but run off like an assistant. Bear wrestle this bear. Spill some table all over that bear. Motherfucking Spartan fight. Slipper kick. The game is tied. You're down by 3. Last second shot. Blocked by yourself. Empty parking lot. Nope. Blocked. Boulder. Blocked. Run around the block. Running out of time. Running in slow-mo. Microwave. Not much time left. Epic armpit hair. Clean up the mess. Paper towels for days.
Ryan Higa listened to his newfound opinionated audience and honed in on what they liked and what they wanted to hear. This became his winning method for choosing his subject matter. So tell us about the numbers. I mean, the sheer number of people who view your videos, who of all the many, infinite number of things on the web, they pick your videos. How many?
I'm not too sure exactly what I'm on, but I think in total of all video views, I think I'm almost going to hit 1 billion pretty soon. soon, hopefully.
And since when? When does that?
It started from 06.
And what is so far? What's the single largest number of people viewing one video?
I think it's around 30 something million.
It's amazing. And you think of all the competition for eyeballs.
Right. But at this point though, because YouTube is so big, 30 million is not, I mean, it's a lot, definitely a lot, but there's videos out there with like 500 million, you know, like Justin Bieber's baby video. I don't care too much about the views. The views will come. I care about the ratings. I care about people, the favorites, like people that favorite it, people that like it. I care about the comments. You know, I just want them to like it. Even if it has less views and it has good ratings, I'll be happy.
And sheer number of hits and favorable comments have brought you to the attention of some Hollywood, would you say heavyweights?
Yeah, I mean, I got to have a dinner with like James Cameron and
Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic, Avatar. But he invited us to watch his. Well, he didn't direct it, but he was a part of like Sanctum 3D, you know, Sanctum. But yeah, he invited us to a private screening before that came out, and yeah, we had a dinner together, and he was just really interested in learning about new media because you know he's always ahead of the game. He was ahead of the game with 3D. You know, he's always one step ahead, and I believe that once people recognize that he's doing that, everybody's going to follow him. But at this point, I think there's still a lot of mainstream people who still don't really support new media or respect it that much.
What kind of questions did he ask you?
Pretty much the same questions here. He's just asking about like, what is the viewership like? You know, how did you gain such a big following? He had no idea that what's happening was happening on YouTube. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned you're making a living off it. How do you make a living off YouTube?
YouTube has this partnership program basically where you can apply for a partnership, and if your material is clean and if it has no copyrighted materials, they'll put an ad next to your video. And basically it's like a CPM where it's like every so many views you get like $1 or something.
What does CPM mean?
I'm not sure.
but
it's like clicks per something. I don't know.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So basically, they provide the ad. You don't have to go sell your own advertising.
No. I mean, if you were to sell your own ads, I'm sure you could get a lot more. But YouTube does a really good job getting ads for everyone. All these big companies, I've been approached by like Pepsi and like Carl's Jr. and they want to put ads in the video. It's stuff like become a branded video.
Product placement.
Yeah, product placement and stuff like that.
And are you open to that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I turned down a lot more than I think most people, and the only reason is because I did one when I was first starting off, and people, because I thought it was crazy, you know, to get paid for a video, but I did one of those and I got such a bad response, you know, because it's like, I could understand why. People don't want to be sold, you know, so I can do a branded video as long as it fits my content.
I see. So what comes first, the client or the content?
Oh, the content, for sure. All the time. It has to fit my brand. If it's some random thing, I'm not going to do it.
So you personally are a brand now?
I guess, yeah, you could say that.
And how would you describe your brand?
I don't know. I'm just like, I guess, a personality. I try to keep it clean and appeal to like a younger demo, I guess.
What about the fellow 14-year-olds with you back in Hilo? Are they still into YouTube, and are you still their friend?
I'm definitely friends with them. Like one of them is here, and like a couple of them are like off in Portland and like other colleges, and I mean they're doing their thing too. But I mean I would love to like get them all together and make something again, you know, just for the people who used to watch us.
And what's YTF, the T-shirt you're wearing?
YTF, that also started as a joke. It was we were watching a bunch of Will Smith videos, you know, and he's really inspiring the way he thinks. Like his thoughts are like, you can achieve anything. Because at one point, everything was impossible. You know, like electricity was impossible at one point. People thought flying in the air in a metal ship was impossible at one point. But YTF basically, we were talking about that, and we were like, let's start putting that in our videos. We have like little YTF text everywhere in our videos if you look past it. And it was just a joke for us to find it in each other's videos. It embodies that same idea that Will Smith puts out, which is yesterday's in the past, today you have a choice, and forever is up to you.
Wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas from the YTF crew. Woo! Happy holidays!
I always wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to be an actor, but in my mind I thought I could never be one because I was Asian, you know, and like you never see Asian stars and stuff. So I went the traditional route. I went to college for nuclear medicine.
Why nuclear medicine?
I mean, it makes a lot of money.
Okay.
It makes a lot of money, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's interesting.
And you just made 21.
Just turned 21, yes.
And you just took a hiatus from University of Nevada at Las Vegas.
Yes, yeah.
Why?
Just because I feel like right now I have an opportunity, and I know it's not going to last forever, so I want to make the best of it now, and college will always be there.
What are some of those lessons of the business of video making on the web?
Well, the copyrights, for one, that's a big point I learned, I guess. You know, because we started everything for fun. I did all those lip syncs, so I never worried about like wearing a branded shirt or wearing like, you know, like using copyrighted music. But once I started getting more views, yeah, companies started contacting me and they wanted a piece of, you know, the pie.
Because you were bringing in some viewers. They saw money. They saw dollar signs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be ranting about something I really don't like, and that's liars. I'm not saying I never lie. I've lied before. Who hasn't? There are times where you should lie. I'll give you an example. I was talking to this rather large girl one time, and she said, "Ryan, do I look fat?" No, I lied.
So you're really trying to be a change agent. You've already been a change agent and showing what you can do from Hilo as a kid, and but you've got a lot more change to achieve.
Hopefully. I don't even care if it's me. I just want somebody to make these people realize, these studios and stuff, that, you know, new media is important, and it's continuously growing. You know, I don't think TV's dead. I don't think it's gonna die, but I definitely think that internet is gonna become just as big as TV, if not bigger, because that's where the new generations are coming from. You know, like I hardly watch TV anymore. I just watch, everything's online. You know, and a lot of kids, like 13-year-olds now, they only watch online stuff.
Going back to your success at an early age on YouTube, what is it? What is the nub? What do you think people related to? I mean, because there are people in DC who've been watching you for years. What do you think attracted them and kept them watching you?
Well, for me, I just had fun with it, and I think that kind of showed on the videos. Like, we just posted videos for fun. You know, like back in the day, that's what YouTube was. It's like, put out a video for fun. Now it's a little different, where people are trying to be successful, so they, you know, they do what works, I guess. But back in the day, we just did it for fun. And I think people related to it, and they were like, oh, that's pretty cool. They're just having a good time. I'll watch it. But I think that's like how it started off, basically.
And then you just have to make sure you continue having fun, even though it's a business.
Well, one of the main things on YouTube you have to do is to stay relevant is continuously post. If you stop posting for like a long time, people will forget about you. You know, like, there's a lot of people who were huge like 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube, but they stopped posting for a year. They took a break, say they went to college or did whatever they're doing, and now they're irrelevant on YouTube. So you just have to keep doing it.
Now, do you think you're in the sweet spot where you're in this vanguard of people establishing commercial careers on YouTube and in new media? Or do you feel like, oh, maybe you're a little early? Maybe, you know, the big money will really come later?
I honestly don't know, but I mean, I'm not complaining right now. But I think I got in at a good time. I did get in earlier. And right now is definitely like the best time to get into it in terms of business. I think people are going to realize how valuable new media is.
They won't be fighting the battles you're fighting.
Yeah, exactly. I think because that's what we're going through, that's what we've been doing, and it's slowly changing, and I think it's going to change. I just have to stay relevant as long as possible.
Do you think the people who are established in other parts of the media are interested but kind of dismiss you because you're young? Is it hard to really gain an audience and make your point?
I don't think it's too bad, because my audience is younger than I am even. And I think they find it easier to relate to me because I am young.
Now that you've lived on the mainland, looking back at your Hilo upbringing, what do you think it gave you?
Growing up in Hilo, for one, I mean, it's very, very different, because now that I live in LA and Vegas, mostly Vegas, the people, especially in LA, are very, very different. You know, like, they will be really, really nice to you, like Hilo people, but in the back of their mind, they're like, okay, so what can I get out of you? You know, like, they're trying to get something out of you. They're trying to, of course, that's not everyone, but there's a lot of people in LA, and they just want to be your friend because you have something. You know, if I didn't have this following on YouTube, all these LA people wouldn't look at me twice. But I get hit up all the time in LA for stuff, you know.
And are you good at figuring out who's what?
Yeah, and I think Hilo helped me with that the most, is because everybody there is so, not everybody, but most people there are so genuine, you know. I come back now, even with the following and all that's changed, and they're all still the same people, you know.
They're not trying to get something from you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You know, in my mind, you're very young. You're 21. You're just at the threshold of adulthood and success, future success. But in YouTube years, maybe you're not considered young.
In YouTube years, I mean, we were there from like, it started in 05 and I started in 06. There's people before me, but a lot of times there's only one group, I think, that started before me that's still also relevant. But a lot of them just stopped doing it, and like, I think it's because they were in it too early, so there was no business side of it. So they were not able to continue to do it.
And so that's your challenge, is you want to stay in it, and it is a job to stay in it.
Yeah, because as much, like I was saying earlier, as much as I want to break out into mainstream, it really is just to gain popularity, to bring back to my online following.
You don't see it as, you're not a crossover person.
I could be happy living off online for the rest of my life, even if I don't get that A-list celebrity status or whatever. I just want to keep creating, because I know that if I go into TV and stuff, it's not going to be the same, where I can do, you know, the editing, the filming. Whenever I get a vision, I just want to create that vision. In TV and stuff, you can't do that because it's like a team process, you know. But on YouTube, you can create whatever you want. Well, I mean, yeah, the difference between TV and like internet is when people watch you, they feel like they're friends with you, you know. And I feel the same way. I feel a bigger connection because I interact with them a lot. Like I just try to talk to them through Twitter, Facebook, even on YouTube. It's a little harder on YouTube, but I try to stay interactive with them, you know. So I definitely, like, if something happens in my life, I'm gonna let them know through a video or something.
And then you also went to your fans and explained to them about copyright laws.
Right. Yeah, when my 2 most popular videos got removed,
How do they get removed?
Well, these music companies, I had music in it that was copyrighted, and these music companies just removed my videos. And yeah, they did that on Christmas, so that was like their Christmas gift to me, I guess. But they removed my videos, and everybody noticed because they were like my most popular videos. So, and they were like really upset at me for doing that. So I made this video telling them, you know, I didn't remove them, and I kind of wish they didn't do that. And I don't understand why they did that.
YouTube will not last lifelong if all the videos are gone. From a little stupid rule, all of this happening just ain't cool. I thought it was a place for fun, entertainment for everyone. All these companies are barging in, tearing up the site like it belongs to them, threatening YouTube for having their songs. Can't we all just get along? Remove every video left and right, almost everything on their site. If there's just one thing I hate, is all those mother beeping copyrights.
You know, I have a friend he's a kind of a web guru, and he has all kinds of conversations going on, texting and Facebook and tweeting. And he says, because he has day-to-day contact with people he's never met in his life before, he almost feels like he knows them better than his next door neighbor or his friend in the office, just because because there's more expressing taking place between them. Do you feel that sometimes?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think even more so for people following me, they feel like they know me even more so. I wish I could get the same from them. Just there's a lot of people, but I do talk to a lot of people I've never even met before, and I feel like I know them. You know, it's a lot easier to talk to each other in text. You know, even if you're a shy person, doesn't matter who you are. Talking in text is like everybody can be open. You know.
And you build trust in people you've never met in your life and probably never will.
Yeah, exactly. I still, what has helped me so much is like, I always do what I've always wanted to do. And I feel like if I stick to that, it'll continue to work out.
You know, I think of all the efforts that schools put into career day and guiding students into careers, and I'm thinking nobody ever talked to you about this.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, in the future, I think it's a possibility, though. It's like, oh, you want to go into YouTube? Like, I don't know, it's a long shot, but it could
You'll have to go back and talk to everybody.
I'm hoping my dream, which would be amazing, is to start like a YouTube school, because I feel like I could teach people how to build a following on YouTube or on anything, on Twitter or whatever. But obviously, especially YouTube, but that would be like crazy, you know, because it is like a job now. It's a job opportunity, like a college, like it's like acting school, you know. It's like you learn how to act to do mainstream media. So why isn't there like a YouTube school where you can learn how to vlog?
Are you worried that YouTube might turn out not to be the #1 choice. I mean, after all, we saw
Yeah,
MySpace
exactly,
kind of fall off.
Yeah. But the thing which is very comforting to know is that Google bought YouTube. And Google is Google. So there could always be a site that comes up. But again, if you have that fan base, they'll go with you. You'll lose the people who are not true, like the people who don't watch everything. You'll lose them. But if you have that fan base and you build that, they'll follow you wherever you go.
And then, yep, and you take them with you to your new frontiers.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you just have to do what you love, and then you'll be successful.
And you're very lucky that you found what you love early.
Yeah, fortunately.
Anyway, the Band does many other things as well, like help you to read, run, laugh, cry, tickle, giggle, pickle, fly, look your enemies in the eye and figure out the ends of pi. There's never not nothing that the Band cannot do. For the simple price of $3.99, all of your wildest dreams could possibly might not come true. You want a dog? It's there. You want a cat? It's there. You want another band? Well, that's another $3.99. All you have to do is call this number.
HigaTV.com.
So what are you waiting for?
Oh.
There are no how-to manuals, no college textbooks for the career path that Ryan Higa is forging. This college dropout gets how technologies are merging in a way that promotes community engagement and offers a whole new world of interactive communication and connection. It's a definite paradigm shift in how people consume information and entertainment, and in the way that businesses are being framed. At age 21 in the year 2011, Ryan Higa works hard at creativity and at being a continual web presence. Watch this Hilo boy, now living in Las Vegas, as he rides the YouTube wave of the future. For Long Story Short and PBS Hawaii, I'm Leslie Wilcox. Ahui ho kako.
For audio and written transcripts of this program and all episodes of Long Story Short with Leslie Wilcox, visit pbshawaii.org.
Yeah.
What? God. I missed again. This is mortal.
Okay. It looks good, like silhouette.
That's the ending.
Yeah, yeah.